Hello divas, and welcome to another episode of Dialogues with Grace. On today's episode, we are going to be looking at our darling screen goddess, superstar Nollywood actress Sharon Ooja's marriage to her husband Ugo Nwoke, I think his name is. I beg your pardon if I said it wrong. I think it's Nwoke. And we're going to try and keep this short. I love Sharon. Beautiful, very talented. I think one of the best Nollywood actresses out there. I mean, she is great at what she does. And if you don't believe me, just go and watch Skinny Girl in Transit, where she plays the role of Shaliwa. But that is nothing. Go and watch, what's that film? Oh my God. I'll put it up here in a minute when it comes back, where she played a journalist investigating the sex trafficking thingy-majig. I'll put the name up here and you can go and watch it, and you will see that this girl is absolutely talented, and I absolutely love her. I'm a fan and I wish her the best. Honestly, I really do. However, I saw her wedding and I was so excited. I was like, oh my God, Sharon's married. And, I watched the wedding. I mean, I'm a sucker for love. So I watched the wedding. She's looking so beautiful, married to her handsome husband, Mr. Some call him a billionaire, some beg to differ. But anyway, clearly the man is comfortable, okay? Mr. Ugo Nwoke, oh God. Nwoke, sorry, I need to double check the name. Give me a second. Mr. Ugo Nwoke, that's the name. Beautiful wedding. They both look so beautiful. Beautiful wife, handsome husband. However, I have to say, divas, I had the shock of my life when I heard Sharon say they met and got married all within 3 months. I was like, what? Say what now? Are you kidding me? And to be quite honest, sometimes when you know, that's just it. And for some people it works, though I never advise it because it's not enough time to get to know the person. However, what shocked me further, my divas, is the fact that this man had been married 3 times already. 1, 2, 3 times already. 3 times already, Sharon. And the last one was in, did they say November 2022 or something along those lines? Or maybe that's when he divorced or something. And I was like, I just saw red flags everywhere. Red flags flying left, right and center. And I just wonder whether Sharon has had enough time to get to know this guy. I mean, 3 months is not a lot of time. It's a very, very short period of time. I mean, I personally am an advocate for dating for at least a year. I've seen people do it in 6 months, and I've also seen people do it. I mean, I myself, it took me 4 years, but we can't all be me. But 3 months. I mean, I've seen people do it for 6 months, and I know in church, sometimes they say, don't waste your time, don't waste the girl's time. And even some girls are like, after 6 months, you need to be proposing. Really? Is that enough time to get to know a guy? I know people who have married within 6 months and the guy beat the crap out of them. As in, beats to a pulp on a regular basis. And the poor woman would not say anything because she was too embarrassed. Eventually, they separated. My point is, when you go into a marriage blinded by love, you know what? They say love is blind, but marriage is a very, very, very fast eye-opener. I don't believe that they've had enough time to get to know each other. And I'm not saying that, him having married 3 times previously is necessarily a reason to not marry him. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying someone's been married 3 times prior. This man just turned 49 or 50 and you've already been married. This is the 4th time. I see red flags, and I'm not being funny. People say, hey, they have come again. I'm not being funny, but when I saw the 2 of them together, I kept staring at this guy and something just did not sit well with me. I don't know whether it was the fact that he's actually been married previously. I don't know. There was just something about him. Yes, he's good looking and everything, but I was just assessing him because I'm quite analytical in in every way. And I was looking at this guy and I don't know, something just didn't sit well. But I kept looking at Sharon. She was so beautiful, smiling. Oh my God, could you have found a more beautiful bride? Yeah. The day before, I had watched My Darling Chioma, Mrs. Adeleke, and then so I was excited to watch Sharon. When I was like, oh my God, Sharon's got married, and I paused it, ran around to do what I needed to do, and then sat down and watched. And I had the shock of my life when she said that, you know, they'd only been courting they met and married within 3 months. Like, who does that? I'm sorry, but that's just a red flag. Well, look, the fact that you marry within 3 months, like I said earlier, is bad enough. But do you, boo? Do you, boo? But this is the fourth for your husband. Why did he divorce all those 3 women previously? I hope you've looked into that, Sharon, because you're such a beautiful girl. You come across as, you know, someone who's very innocent, and you know, you're like an open book, and you're just kind. And let's hope this man will not take advantage. I mean, you're 33, he's 49, 50. There's quite a big age gap. And I know that at 33, if you're Nigerian, I don't know about the rest of Africa, but I know that in Nigeria, once a girl hits 25, the pressure mounts from the family. They start to, you know, say, oh, when are you going to bring a husband home? I want to be a grandma. I want to see my grandchildren. Go and get me grandchildren, you know. Sometimes the pressure is a lot on the women. So I can understand to an extent why Sharon would want to get in a relationship, you know, very quickly and quickly get married. My only concern is the fact that this relationship, I feel like they don't really know each other like that. You know, when you first start dating someone, you know, you're very infatuated with them, and you need time to ascertain as to whether what you actually feel for this person is love or just mere infatuation. And after a while, you know, your eye go clear. Sorry. I had to go there. Look, the Niger in me just cannot. Sometimes it just wants to come out. I'm so sorry. Let's go back to being harsh. No, I'm sorry. This is me. Take me as I am. But jokes apart, though, you need more time, is what I'm saying. You need more time to get to know the person and be very sure that, number one, you're compatible. Also, especially in this situation, ensure you know why the previous 3 relationships didn't work out, and that you are satisfied with the reasons. You don't just hear it from him. You do your own findings, and you're satisfied with the reasons. You believe that, okay, I can still work with him. You are satisfied for yourself. Not that he's saying, I'm a changed man, because I'm sorry, I don't think he's had enough time. In fact, with him as the man, I think he needs to go and find himself, because how can you be married? How can you be on your 4th marriage already? I mean, really, why? What happened in those previous relationships that made you end it? Did you explain that to Sharon? Sharon, did you ask him why? I hope you did, because I would like to think that you're a very smart girl, beauty and brains. So I would like to believe that you did your due diligence by investigating. I mean, I don't mean go and get a private investigator, but, you know, speaking to his friends, speaking to family, speaking to people who know him, you know, do your own findings, just to make sure that you will not be his. I pray, because I really wouldn't pray this for you, but I pray that this works anyway. I pray that for your sake that it works, because you said that, you know, you felt peace when you met him. And, you know, sometimes people you know, they get into relationships and they rush in because they love and it just doesn't work out until they meet that one person, and then it works out. So I hope that is the case for you. I hope you are the one, you know, you are his last bus stop. You're the one that would make him want to settle down. I hope you're the one that would make him want to settle down, because I feel like, I keep saying it, I sound like a broken record, I know, but 3 months is not a long enough time for you to have dated someone and get married to that person, especially someone who has been married 3 times already. Why did the first 3 once? I can understand someone who's been married maybe once, twice is pushing it, but 3 times? Girl, you are braver than me, because man, there is no way. I don't think I can. There's a lot of baggage. You don't know what the relationship is with the previous wives. And, there might be some financial issues as well, because my understanding is that this guy already has kids from his previous relationship. So as a result, he's going to have to pay child support and stuff like that. So this might impact on your finances as well. I hope he's, like a real dogu man, and he can hold his own. He's financially buoyant and comfortable. And that it would not impact your life together as a couple, and also the family that you would like to build with this man, because he has to pay child support for his previous for his kids that he had from the previous relationship. So you need to bear that in mind, Sharon. Anyway, it's too late now. You already married the guy, but this is just for my sisters that may find themselves in this position and they haven't yet taken that plunge to go down the aisle. I would say a few things to you. If you find yourself in the same situation, you need to consider a number of things. And I made my list, as I often do. I'm sorry. I like to make lists. And I'm going to run through that list very quickly. So, you need to make sure that you're compatible with this person. Compatibility is very important. If you're not compatible with this person, then that's going to be a big problem, because that might be one of the reasons why, the previous marriages didn't work. What was it about the marriage that didn't work? Find out. Make sure that, you're compatible. But most importantly, find out why the previous marriages didn't work, and whether you're happy to put up with whatever reason it was. 1, 2, 3 is a lot. Now you're number 4. Think. Also, another thing that happens that might be a problem if you find yourself in Sharon's situation is, if somebody's been married 3 times previously, that would, for me, I would start to see, I don't know, there might be a trust issue. There might be a trust issue there somewhere. Because why did 3 relationships break up? Was there some infidelity? I don't know, but you need to check these things. I don't want this video to be too long, so I'm just going to run through my points, but I think it's important. So compatibility, lack of trust, and then again, I always say this, communication is very, 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 very important. Again, could that have been a reason why his previous marriage? Is he moody? Does he communicate well, or does he just keep to himself? How would you feel if you end up with somebody who is super duper reserved, do not want to talk? How would you cope? So these are some of the things that you need to find out. Marriage is no joke. Trust me, I know. By the special grace of God, I would have been married 30 years by the end of August. And I can tell you categorically, my darlings, it is not a walk in the park. It's not a walk in the park. Every relationship has its ups and its downs, but it's up to you to make it work if you want. I'm not saying that if your marriage is like if you're in an abusive marriage, no, we don't play that. Then, you need to exit. But in terms of, everybody being, because, we come from different backgrounds, and then we meet, and then we start to learn things about each other. We start to find out whether we're compatible, and so on and so forth. So yeah, these are things that we need to consider, when we're going into a relationship with someone. Very important. Is this somebody that you can communicate with, have a good banter with, or is this somebody that's just going to be moody and frustrate your life? Again, I keep reiterating it. Why did they leave the first 3 relationships, or any previous relationship, even if it was just one? What transpired? What made them part ways? And then again, ensure that you have realistic expectations of this person as well. Don't just go in because when you first start dating, and that's why I'm saying 3 months is too early, because when you first start dating, you bend over backwards for that person, and then this person is used to it, like, oh, he's such a darling. When I ask for this, he just does it, and I ask for that, and he just does it, forgetting that you've only known him 3 months. 6 months down the line, he will change it for you, and then he'll show the real character. So what are your expectations? Are you expecting him to be that sweet, loving person and the one that keeps bending over backwards for you? Are you expecting that, have you left some wiggle room for, because some things will change, some things will change. Like I said, marriage is an eye-opener. So some things will definitely change. Are you prepared for that? make sure your expectations are realistic. I beg your pardon. Don't think that it's going to be all lovey-dovey throughout. Doesn't work like that. So, and also another thing that is my concern is that you don't have enough shared experience as a couple. Yes, I know that when you get into a relationship, you need time to get to know each other, build some experiences, shared experiences together. But 3 months, you haven't even had time to do that. Plus, you live in Nigeria and he lives in America. Did you spend those 3 months with him? Or, is it that, I don't know. I just can't get over the 3 months, darling. I just can't. It just seems to me like red flag. But especially because he's been married 3 times. I'm sorry, I seem dramatical, but it's paining me because I love Sharon and I want this marriage to work. I really do. But these are my considerations. Because if he really loved her, I'm not saying he doesn't, or I'm just saying if he really does love her, if she wanted him to wait, then he should have done. But then maybe she's the one who wanted the marriage to happen quickly, sharp. Who knows? I don't know. I'm just saying. And then you have the family and social dynamics, I mean, I saw her family in the wedding, but I just wonder how they felt about this impromptu wedding. Were they in support? Did they have questions? Did they call the guy, ask him questions to find out, Oga, how come you've already had 3 previous marriages? Why do you want our daughter? Are you promising us or assuring us that the issues you had with the first 3 previous wives will not happen to our daughter? Would you love her, trust her? I don't know what transpired, but I'm hoping that the family asks these very important questions. I really am hoping so. So for you who might find yourself in that situation and you haven't yet married, these points are for you. Sharon Ooja is already married. All we can do for her now is pray for her that God will make her marriage work. So many things. I've got so many points, but I don't want this to be too long. Also, there's things like emotional maturity in this sense, like emotional intelligence. Like, how is this person? You see, you need to learn all these things. But I'm gonna link a video here. About what men look for in women, what attracts a man to a woman, and I covered all these points in there, so I'm not going to dwell too much on it. But I really, really, really hope and pray that this works for Sharon, because I love Sharon. She's, I'm a fan. I really am. And I want this to work for her. So, Nigerians, all we can do is to pray for her. But I would be a big fat liar if I don't say that I worry for her and fear. Let me not say it, because the power of life and death is in the tongue. So I'm going to stay positive. All I'm going to say is, let's just pray for Sharon. I pray for you, Sharon. I pray that this marriage works. I really do. I hope you're his last bus stop. You're such a gorgeous, sweet girl. You come across as sweet. I don't know you, but you do come across that way. And I would hate for you to go through heartbreak. So I pray that will not be your portion in Jesus' name. Like I said, I'm reiterating these points and highlighting them for my sisters, my younger sisters, that might find themselves in this situation. And, they're head over heels in love. They haven't had enough time to get to know the guy, and they're ready to take that plunge and get married. Please make sure you do your due diligence by, getting to know, at least get to know him. Ask questions. What happened in your previous relationships? Why did they break up? Find out more about him. Find out about his character. I hope he's not aggressive. I hope he's not a wife beater, because that would be terrible. But I haven't heard that, so it might not be that. In fact, I don't think it's that. But there's some things that are just as bad. So please look into this. Don't just fall in love with a guy because he's handsome and successful, or because he's reserved, because sometimes those reserved ones are the dangerous ones. Anyway, divas, what do you think? Do you agree with me, or do you think that 3 months is enough? Just plunge in, and if you love somebody you love, love is love. If you love them, just marry them, even if you met them yesterday. That might be your opinion. Share it, because people are going to look in the comments box and they're going to pick things out from there, and everyone learns. We learn from each other, But for me personally, with the experience I've had in life, 3 months, nah. too short. That's when you date someone and, you know, you date somebody for 3 months, or to even, yeah, date them for 3 months to find out whether you even want to go into a relationship with them, as in to now start to court, because there's a difference between dating and courting. So that 3 months is for you to even decide, okay, do I want to start courting this person? But for you to have met, dated, courted, and married someone within 3 months, or more, joke. I can't. It's too early, too soon. And especially, and I know I'm beginning to sound like a broken record, especially because it's been married 3 times prior. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, divas. What do you think? Is it okay to marry? Because I've heard people who met themselves and married within weeks, and they claim it works out. Hey, each to their own. But what do you think? Let's have your comments in the comment box below. Let's discuss this. All right, divas. So yeah, I'm gonna wrap it here because I don't want us to dwell on this too long. But before you go, my divas, please let me implore you, if you haven't already subscribed, please hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so that you do not miss any new videos that I post. I would really love for you to become a part of this community. All right, divas, thank you so much. And I do apologize for the swallowing and the each time. It's the braces. They'll soon come out, I promise. But for now, yeah, just bear with me, okay? But yeah, that's it, divas. Thank you so much. Thanks for rocking with me. Thanks for your time. I do appreciate you. I don't take it for granted. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. And let me just remind you that my Jesus loves you, and I, your girl, your sister, your friend, your ace, your auntie, your big sister, your younger sister, I love you too. Until next time, stay absolutely fabulous and God bless. See you next time. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.